Hi, I'm Claire, and this video is to bring you through a series of stretches that help with flexibility. So they're really useful for any cancer patient at any stage in their journey. It's going to help to address areas that can be tight and to maintain flexibility in all areas. It also is really useful sequence of exercises if you've been diagnosed with lymphedema. These series of exercises can assist with lymphatic drainage. So the first thing you want to do is get into a seated position where you're comfortable. We're going to start with some diaphragmatic breathing practice. So just taking one hand to your belly and another hand to your chest. Relaxing your shoulders down away from your ears. And we're going to start with a very gentle breath out. So there's always a residual amount of air in the lungs. So beginning by gently exhaling. And as you inhale, visualize that you're taking the breath down to the base of the lungs and let your belly swell and expand as you breathe in. And as you exhale, do so gently without force and without any excessive effort. So just visualizing almost like letting the air out of a balloon. So we're going to inhale, let the belly rise and expand. And exhale. Feel the belly hollow or dip away from your hand. Again, we inhale to breathe into the belly. Feel it swell and rise and expand into the hand, and exhale to feel the belly hollow. So in diaphragmatic breathing or belly breathing, we're encouraging the chest to be quiet, and we're allowing that larger diaphragmatic muscle, our main breathing muscle, to draw our breath in and out. So again, when we breathe in, we'll feel the belly rise and swell and expand, and as we breathe out, feel the belly hollow. So in your own time with your own breath, allowing the belly to expand on the in-breath and to hollow or dip on the exhale. And if you've been diagnosed with lymphedema, you can find it helpful to place both hands on the belly. Breathing into the belly rises. And as you breathe out, just applying some gentle compression to the belly on the exhale. So we breathe in, feel the belly expand into the hands, and exhale, feel the belly fall. So that sequence is one that you can do for a number of minutes before you come into your stretches. We're going to start now with some stretches for the neck. So beginning by getting yourself into an upright seated position where the shoulders are directly over the hips. You can relax your hands down onto your thighs, tucking the chin in so the back of the neck is long. We're going to take a breath in, and as you breathe out, turning the head to look over your left shoulder to draw a gentle stretch to the right side of the neck. Take a breath in as you come back through center, and then exhale as we turn the head to look over the right shoulder. Lead the movement with the nose, relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Inhale as we come through center, and exhale as we turn to look over the left shoulder. Relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears. We inhale to come through center, and then exhale as you turn the head to look over the right shoulder. Again, you just move into your available range. You don't have to force or push into pain. Tucking the chin in so the back of the neck is long. We exhale as we turn to look over the left shoulder, and inhale as we come through center. Then exhale, turning to look over the right shoulder, and inhale as we come back through center. And for these sequence of exercises, you can do up to 10 for each movement. We're going to transition now into neck side flexion. So for this exercise, it can be helpful to rest your hands under the chair to anchor the shoulders. The chin is in, so the back of the neck is long. Taking a breath in, and as you breathe out, just gently tilting your left ear towards your left shoulder. So you'll feel a stretch along the right side of the neck. To intensify the stretch, you can reach the right fingertips down towards the floor, and that will increase the sensation of the stretch on the right side of the neck. To further increase the stretch, and if it's comfortable for your shoulders, you can take your left hand to cup your right ear and guide that left ear towards your left shoulder. So feeling the stretch along the right side of the neck. Breathe into the belly and exhale as you release the breath. Again, breathe into the belly and exhale to release the breath. Gently coming back through center, anchor the hands under the chair and tilt your right ear towards your right shoulder, this time feeling the stretch along the left side of the neck. To increase the intensity of the stretch, just reach the left fingertips down towards the floor. If it's comfortable for your shoulder and you want to further increase the stretch, you can take your right hand to cup your left ear, guiding your right ear towards your right shoulder to further intensify the stretch. Breathe down to the belly. Feel it expand on the in-breath and exhale to release the breath. And take the hands back through center. And again, with all of these exercises, just moving within your own available range, you don't have to force or push into pain. So just gently tilting your left ear towards your left shoulder, feeling the stretch along the right side of the neck. Again, the option to reach the right fingertips down towards the floor to increase the intensity of the stretch. Or if it feels comfortable, you can take that left hand and guide your left ear closer to the left shoulder. Breathing into the belly and exhale as you release the breath. Inhale, coming back through center, and then we exhale as we tilt right ear towards right shoulder, intensifying the stretch along the left side of the neck. You can reach the fingers down towards the floor, and again the option to guide that right ear towards your right shoulder. Breathe into the belly and exhale to release the breath. So gently coming back through center now, and the hands can come back to rest on the thigh. We're going to take a breath in to prepare, and as we breathe out, just gently draw the head forwards, tipping your chin towards your chest to stretch the back of the neck. On an inhale, bring the head back to center. And you have the option, if it feels comfortable, to gently tip the head back, drawing the nose up towards the ceiling to stretch into the back of the neck. Again, exhale as the chin comes to the chest to stretch the back of the neck. And inhale, either coming back to center or the option to tilt the head back to look up towards the ceiling. Again, we want to sit in a nice upright position, shoulders stacked over your hips, so the spine is straight as we tilt the head forwards and as we tilt the head back. So we exhale, bringing chin to chest, and inhale as the head comes up towards the ceiling. And again, you can work up to 10 of those movements just to help in terms of loosening out the neck and in assisting with that lymphatic drainage. We move now to the area of the shoulders, and with the hands resting lightly on the thighs, we're going to start with an inhale, shrugging your shoulders up towards your ears, and exhale, releasing your shoulders down. So we inhale, shrug the shoulders up, and exhale, release the shoulders down. Inhale, drawing the shoulders up towards the ears, and exhale, release the shoulders down. You have the option to rest your hands by your side, shrug your shoulders up, and exhale to release the shoulders down. We inhale, shrug the shoulders up, and exhale, release the shoulders down. And we're going to move now to a stretch for the front of the chest and for the back of the shoulders. You can link your hands behind your back, pressing your knuckles down towards the floor to stretch across the front of the chest and in between the shoulder blades. Breathing into the belly and exhale to release the breath. And again, inhale, breathing into the belly, and exhale to release the breath. If you want to further increase the stretch, you have the option to guide the hands away from the buttocks, so towards the wall behind you. This is going to deepen the stretch that you'll feel across the front of the chest and between the shoulder blades. So breathing into the belly and exhale, release the breath, allow the hands to rest back towards the buttocks. So again, we breathe in, sitting up lovely and tall, and exhale to draw the hands away from the buttocks. Nice breath in, and exhale to release the hands back. We move now to some shoulder rolls, and the option here, if the shoulders are tight, to take your fingertips to your top of your shoulders, and we're going to work on just gently circling the arms back. So visualize that you're drawing little circles with the points of your elbows. And those circles can be as big or as small as feels comfortable for you. So just working into your available range. So first drawing the elbows back, opening out through the front of the chest. And then you can change direction. So drawing the elbows forwards now. And if it feels comfortable, you can draw the elbows in towards the center to touch. Just moving the shoulders through their available range. Again, no need to force or to push into pain. Working the movement in your own time with your own breath. Now, if you want to increase the stretch here, you have the option to work those circles with the elbows straight. So we can take one arm at a time, drawing it back. Again, moving into your available range. And this movement can be as slow or as quick as feels comfortable for you. You'll often feel a greater stretch from taking the movement a little bit more slowly. Inhale as the arm draws up, and we exhale as we release it back down. And then the same on the opposite side, guiding that shoulder back. And those circles can be as big or as small as feels comfortable for you. So just working into your available range. You can take it one arm at a time, or you can work both arms together. And if there is lymphedema in the arm, you might prefer to take it one arm at a time, as the arm can often feel a little bit heavier. You can feel a bit more comfortable to take them one at a time. Then you can change direction, so bringing the arms forwards. And again, just working within your available range, either taking one arm at a time or both together. Then coming back to a seated position now and working into some more rotation for the shoulders. Have your elbows in by your side, your shoulders down away from your ears, and the thumbs pointing up. We're taking a breath in to prepare, and as we breathe out, just gently guiding the hands away from each other, keeping the elbows in by the belly. And this helps to introduce a little rotational stretch for the shoulders, which is really beneficial when it comes to overhead movements. So breathing in to prepare, and breathe out as the hands draw away from each other. You're exposing the inner part of the upper arm, elbows stay in by your side. We inhale as the thumbs come back in line with your shoulders. We exhale to open out, and inhale to come back in line. As you exhale and open out, you'll notice the collarbones widen, so we're opening through the front of the chest, and you may feel a squeeze between the shoulder blades. So we're stretching the front of the chest as you strengthen through the backs of the shoulders. Now the option to stay there, or if you want to increase the intensity of the stretch, the hands can come to rest to the top of the head with the elbows pointing forwards. You can take a breath in to prepare, and as you breathe out, pressing the elbows back to the wall behind you. This is going to deepen the stretch through the shoulders. Inhale as the elbows come back to center, and if one shoulder is tighter than the other, then you can take them one at a time, just pressing the elbow back to the wall behind you. Inhale as you come forwards, and exhale as you press the opposite elbow back to the chair or the wall behind you, deepening the stretch through the shoulders. If it feels comfortable, the option to press both of the elbows back, deepening the stretch through the shoulders and the mid-back area. And if you want to further intensify the stretch, you can slide the hands down so that they're cupping the base of the skull. Again, pressing the elbows back to the wall behind you to deepen the stretch. Inhale to release the stretch. Option to take one at a time. Inhale as you come back through center, and exhale as you press back. Inhale coming back through center, and exhale as you press back into that stretch. Inhale coming back through center, and we exhale to press away. And last time, pressing the elbows back to the wall behind you, and then releasing the hands back down. We're going to come now into a gentle side bend for the lower back. Your hands can rest on your hips here with your shoulders down away from your ears. Taking a breath in to prepare, and as you breathe out, just gently drawing your left shoulder down towards the left side of the room to stretch into the right side of the back. You can reach your left hand down towards the floor to further intensify that stretch. And if you want to further increase the stretch, the right hand can come behind the head, so you're gently side bending towards the left. Or you can reach that left arm overhead, palm facing down towards the floor to further increase the stretch. We take a breath in as we come back through center, and then gently tilting your right shoulder down towards the right hand side. Reaching your right fingertips towards the floor will deepen the stretch along the left side of the back. Or you can take your left hand behind the head, drawing the right hand down towards the floor and tilting towards the right hand side. To further increase the stretch, you have the option to straighten that elbow so the palm is facing downwards, increasing the stretch through the left side of the back. We take a breath in as we come back through center, and then repeating to the opposite side. So slowly sliding the hand down the side of the chair towards the floor. Option to take that right hand behind the head to increase the stretch, or you can reach that hand overhead. Taking a breath in, anchoring down through the right sit bone, and inhale as you come back through center and repeating to the other side. So drawing that right hand down towards the floor to deepen the stretch along the left side body. The left hand can come behind the head as we side bend over to the right hand side. Option to straighten that elbow, palm facing down to further increase the stretch. Taking a nice deep breath in, and then we come back through center. So with this one, again, that's one that you can work between 5 on each side, building up to 10, just to loosen out the back. We're going to move now into some additional stretches for the backs of the shoulder. So with the shoulders relaxed and down away from the ears, we're going to take the hand forward, punching forward to draw the shoulder blade around the side of the chest wall. So stretching the shoulder blade as we draw forwards. Inhale as we draw back. And again, the option to take one arm at a time here, or you can take both together. So reaching through the fist of the left hand side, inhale as we come back. Exhale as we press forward, inhale to press back. If it feels tiring on the arms, you can link your hands and press the palms away towards the wall in front of you, and then relax the shoulders. So press through the hands, and you'll feel the shoulder blades being drawn around the side of the chest wall, and then relax the hands again. So option either to do a single punch forwards, both arms together, or you can link the hands to support the shoulders and press through the palms of the hands. Again, we press through, stretching those shoulder blades forwards. And inhale as we relax the arms back. Then we're going to move to an exercise for the back of the shoulder blades. The palms can face up for this one. Shoulders are down away from the ears. And we're going to come into a rowing movement to squeeze the shoulder blades back. So we're widening the collarbones to the front, and we're wrapping your shoulder blades in around the spine. So the elbows will skim along the hip bones, drawing back to find space at the front of the chest, and to squeeze the shoulder blades together. So with the palms facing forwards, squeezing the shoulder blades back, opening through the front of the chest, widening the collarbones, and increasing the space between the shoulders. Exhale as you squeeze, inhale as you relax forward, exhale to squeeze, and inhale as you relax forwards. A really, really beneficial postural exercise, and again, you can work up to 10 on that particular movement. And then we're going to move now to the area of the elbows, coming now into bicep curls. You have again the option to work one arm at a time or both arms together here. So sitting again in a nice upright position, we're breathing in to prepare, and as you breathe out, just bending the elbows, bringing the fingertips towards the shoulders. We inhale to release back down. So exhale as we bend, and inhale to release back down. You can work on 10 on each side. So where you're using that muscle as a pump to help in terms of draining that lymphatic fluid. And if you want to increase the range, the hands can come down so the elbows are fully straight. Exhale as you bend the elbows, bringing the fingertips up towards the shoulders, and we inhale as we release them back down. Again, the option to work one arm at a time here, or you can work both arms together, keeping the front of the chest open and keeping the shoulders stacked over the hips so we're sitting up lovely and straight. We're going to move down now from the elbows to our forearms, starting with the hands resting on your thigh, thumbs pointing up, and we're going to turn the forearm so that the palm is facing down, and then as we inhale, we're going to turn the palms up so that the thumbs point out to the side. So we're going to exhale, palms down, and inhale, palms up, thumbs out to the side. So you have the option to practice this exercise with the elbows bent. Inhale as the palms open up to the ceiling, thumbs point out, and exhale as the palms come flat. Or you have the option to have the arms straight. Turn the palms up and turn the palms down. You can take it one arm at a time, or you can work both together. So inhale as we open out and exhale as we lower down. So moving into your available range at the forearm and elbow. You don't have to force or push into pain. And then we're going to take that movement further down now to the wrist joint itself. So we're going to start with little circles of the wrists. And again, you can take one hand at a time here, or you can work both together. We're circling first in one direction and then changing direction and moving into your available range. If you work roughly about 10 in each direction, and then we're going to move into some stretches now for the forearm. So bending the wrist, drawing your toes, drawing your fingers towards your face, and then bending your wrist, bringing your fingers down towards the floor. So we're bending the wrist up and we're bending the wrist down, feeling the stretch at the top of the forearm and then in the inside of the forearm. Again, use the option to work one arm at a time here, or you can work both together. And you have the option to rest your forearm on a table and with the hand off the table, bending the wrist up and down if you require a bit more support for under the elbow or for the shoulder. So bending the wrist up, bending the wrist down, and then we're going to come into some squeeze work. So we're going to work on gripping, making a fist. Draw your thumbs in, bend your fingers, and then straighten out the fingers and stretch out the thumb. So we're drawing the fingers in, making a fist, and then straightening the fingers out, stretching the thumb away. And you can work on 10 of these grip squeezes, and if that feels very straightforward, you have the option to use a soft ball or a stress ball. Squeeze the stress ball and then release. So bending the fingers, straightening the fingers. And then the option then to work on stretching the fingers as wide as they'll go, then bringing the fingers into touch. Stretch the fingers wide and then bring them into touch. And again, you can work up to 10 of each of these movements, just encouraging that blood flow and stretching out those areas. And we're going to move now to the area of the legs, and we're going to start with one that's for the hips. It can be done in sitting, and you can hold the chair for support here. We're going to exhale as we lift the knee up towards the chest, and we're going to inhale as we lower it back down. So an exercise known as seated marching, really good for the hips if that's an area that's stiff, really good for the lower back, again if that's an area that feels a little bit tight. We can work up to 10 on each side, just ensuring that the feet are supported on the floor, and you can hold the arm of the chair as you march, or you can rest the hands on the thighs if you want to challenge the abdominals a little bit more. So working on 10 on each side, you can relax the feet back to the floor. We're coming now to an exercise known as static glutes. As you rest on the chair, just squeezing the buttocks, so clenching the buttocks as much as you can and then let them relax. Clench the buttocks and then let them relax. And this particular action, again, it's one of our larger muscles, so it's really useful circulatory exercise, very beneficial for drainage. It's also a strengthening exercise for the back of the hips, so we squeeze the buttocks and then we let them relax. Squeeze the buttocks and let them relax. You can work up to 10 of that exercise. We move now down to the area of the knees. So you can sit yourself forward if you like for a little bit more space as we come into some knee bends. We're going to take 2 exercises here. We're going to work on hamstring curls where we bend the knee, and then leg extensions where we strengthen the thigh. So from your seated position, breathing in to prepare, and as you breathe out, slide the heel out, working to the point that the knee is straight. To increase the work on the thigh, you can pull your toes towards your shin. We're going to exhale, bend the knee and slide the heel underneath the chair. Take a breath in to prepare, and as you breathe out, straighten the leg out. So we're lifting the heel, lifting the lower half of the leg, so from the knee to the ankle, straightening the knee, tightening the thigh muscle. And we bend the knee and allow the heel to slide underneath the chair. So we exhale as we straighten the knee, pulling the toes towards the shin, and then inhale as we slide that heel back underneath the chair. If you require more support, you can sit right back into the chair so that the buttocks are supported at the back of the chair. And exhale as you slide the left heel along the floor until the knee is straight, and inhale as you release back down. Now, as you're practicing this exercise, you're watching that as you straighten the leg up, that the upper half of the thigh stays down on the chair. So we're keeping that area anchored to isolate that movement to the thigh muscle at the top. So we exhale, straightening the knee, pulling the toes towards the shin, and inhale to slide the heel underneath the chair. So exhale to straighten, pulling the toes towards the shin, and inhale as we bend underneath. And this is one that we can work on 10 on both sides. Brilliant for stretching the back of the leg and for strengthening the muscle at the front of your thigh. Taking one leg at a time and just coming to the point where that is comfortable for you. So pulling the toes towards the shin, straightening the knee, and then sliding the heel back underneath the chair. We're going to move down now to the area of the ankles, and we're going to take little circles of the ankles. So again, visualizing that you're drawing a circle with your big toe, and you can move. The movement itself can be as big or as small as feels comfortable for you. And then we're going to change direction. So again, you can take one leg at a time here and working to the other side. So we're circling the ankle first in one direction, moving into your available range. Don't have to force or push into pain here, and then changing direction. And they're a really useful circulatory exercise, so if you're prone to swelling in the ankles or this area, they're a really useful one to do regularly throughout the day. We're going to move then into ankle pumps, bending your toes towards your shin and pointing your toes down towards the floor. Now, if it's challenging to keep the knee in a straight position, then you have the option to draw the toes towards the shin and then lift the heel away from the floor. So as if you're tapping the floor and then drawing your toes towards your shin, if that feels more comfortable. Again, we're going to work one leg at a time, bending the ankle so you're drawing your toes towards your shin and then pointing the toes down towards the floor. And if it's challenging to keep the leg in a straight position, you can lift the heel off the ground and then lift the toes off the ground, pulling the toes towards the shin and then pointing the toes down towards the floor. Final exercise of the sequence is toe curls. So as you're sitting, scrunch the toes, so bending the toes down and then straightening the toes out. So we curl the toes under, clenching the toes, and then let them release. Curl the toes and then let them release. Curl the toes and release. And this is one that you can do one foot at a time, or you can work the two of them together. You can also place a towel underneath the feet and practice scrunching the towel up with the toes. And working on bending the toes and straightening the toes 10 times. And that follows a seated sequence of exercises for flexibility and for lymphatic drainage.